at Citizen FM, our allegiance is to what we call robust practice of journalism, following the ethics and saying it the way it is, irrespective of whose us is God. Not minding whose us is God. We will say it as it is, provided it is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And we keep on saying also that we'll be critical if there is need to be critical. All we will not do is to be hostile. We won't be hostile, but we'll be critical. Now to the issue of the NFC protest. They sent a letter to us yesterday, late in the night, that we should get one of our reporters to cover it, and which we have done. Our reporters will come back and will file his report. We will make sure that we brief Nigerians on what transpires. I think we should leave it at that. But then, the pulling out of TUC from this protest will definitely have a telling effect on the outcome. Let us keep our fingers crossed. It is a watch and see game. We'll get you involved.
All right, thank you very much. Super sisters and listeners, you've heard what Mr. Salami has to say. He's the Chief Operating Officer of Citizen FM. So that should tell you that when he says he'll do something, get ready to receive more on that level. And now let's even move on to the next story here. And let's, try as much as possible to give a thorough analysis of this. The headline says that federal government rules low quality of research outcomes in tertiary institutions. This you'll find on the Daily Trust, as the federal government, they've expressed concern over the low quality of research emanating from the nation's institution. The Minister of Education, Professor Maman Tahir, spoke on Wednesday, sometime after the federal cabinet meeting at the State House, Abuja, and he regretted that the institutions were not meeting up with the needs of the country and advancing the nation's development. And now I'm not even going to say what it is from my own end, because I have Mr. Salami here with me, and I'd like to ask you from your perspective, what is this about? How does it resonate with you as an individual, as much as a Nigerian, and also as a seasoned journalist as well?
Well, federal government rules low quality research in tertiary institutions. This is a sad one. Low quality research in tertiary institutions. This is sad for this country. Why did I say so? This is because the tertiary institution, or to put it succinctly, the universities, the universality of knowledge. This is where solutions to the problems of the society are found. And to now say that what is coming out of the ivory towers is low in quality speaks volume. Why? What are the functions or the major functions of any university? Learning, research, and community service. These are the three major functions: learning, research, and community service. And research is critical, so critical to the welfare and the well-being of the society. Why? Because it is through research that we find or we get practicable solutions to the myriads of problems bedeviling the society. And if, as Professor Maman Tahir said, that what is coming out of our university is of low quality, it calls for concern. And I want the vice chancellors, especially the committee of vice chancellors, to sit up and ensure that the quality of research coming out from the oasis of knowledge is improved upon, because universities all over the world, they are intellectual oases in the midst of intellectual desert. And that is why the lecturers, our professors, must not only profess but come out with quality research materials that will move the country forward. More than before, we need quality materials, quality research materials, implementable research materials that will move this country forward. Nothing less will be acceptable. And we plead with the committee of vice chancellors to please do the needful.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Salami. Now, quickly, this headline says that Huriwa seeks compensation for fatal stampede negligence at Customs Office. If you've been following the story closely, the service has during the course of over the weekend, Customs did come out to sell some of the seized bags of rice at a cost of 10,000 naira, and obviously in the process there also were issues and stories of stampede. Now, Nigerian Customs Service has been accused of being responsible for the death of some buyers of bags of rice at the weekend. The service has also been asked to pay compensation to families of deceased persons who had responded to an invitation by Customs to buy rice but were trampled to death by crowd at the sales. Now, Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, HURIWA, who made the allegation and the call also described as fallacious attempts by Customs to exonerate itself of any responsibility for the fatalities. Now, Mr. Salami, what do you make of this? I remember yesterday when we, did try our best to analyze, the story of the stampede. The first thing you said was that I took a word out of your mouth by saying, why sell what you seized in the first place? Anyways, over to you, sir.
Shion, I hope you will not put me in trouble.
I won't, sir.
The Human Rights Association of Nigeria, HURIWA, has taken the Nigerian Customs Service to court over the death of some buyers of rice. This is not a laughing matter. This is a serious matter because it has to do with loss of life. Loss of lives, not even one. It beats my imagination that over sale of rice we will lose life. Why should we, like a demented hen, be sucking our own? It's unfortunate that every turn of event we keep on losing life. We have not forgotten in a hurry what happened during the Abamoros era. Well, I'm sure that you are not too young to remember too. Sheon, what happened that time during the job employment era thing? When quite many Nigerians died. It was during Abamoro's time. Abamoro today is a senator. Maybe that's the reward for what happened. What a country. It is unfortunate that we cannot organize ourselves in such a way that what is supposed to be a solution will end up claiming lives.
Sure.
People trampled upon while struggling to buy rice. To buy rice. We Nigerians should think. We should do it right. We should do the right thing. Why is it that we cannot organize sale of rice? I think I will reverse myself, because despite the fact that the rice is being sold for 10,000, that was stampede. What if it's given free of charge? But I think there's the need for the custom to think outside the box and find a better way of selling the rice, so that there won't be a repeat of what happened. May the soul of the departed is as it is. We report verbatim, and that is why we are now the toast of all the residents in Abuja. And I will plead with the FCT minister, the performing minister that we know, Barrister Nyesom Wike, to please look at what is happening at the satellite towns, because it is more pronounced in the suburbs. Please, water is life, and let us avoid having waterborne diseases. We have more than enough problem in our hand. Don't let us add this to it. Please kindly look into it and do the needful.
All right, thank you very much. With our final words from Mr. Salman Salami, I do believe that our listeners are, they've had so many things right here, and also they've been able to come up with their own opinions, and we implore that we all stay safe during this the entirety of the protest organized by the NLC here. But before I call it a day today, Mr. Salami, sir, do you have something to say?
Yes, I do. I just want to talk about what the Chief Justice of Nigeria told the new Supreme Court justices, that what? They should brace up for attacks by litigants.
Okay.
That's all.
All right,
they
thank
should
you.
brace up for attacks from litigants.
Okay, Kennedy, I'm sorry, I see your call, but we have to call it a day at this point, because there's really little or no time for us, and I would implore that our listeners do try as much as possible to call in early, so we can take a lot of calls, and also pay attention, attend to you properly, and we will call it a day. It's a Tuesday, and it's a day where we believe that things get better for the country, our country, Nigeria. And Super Citizen listeners, thank you very much for tuning in this morning for the newspaper review. And also Mr. Salami, thank you for availing yourself as always and being a part of this